Hello everyone, welcome to my channel Security Beast. Today we are going to as we have installed as we have understood first in first video we understand what is ARM. In second video we have built up our Pi. Now I thought that we will be improving our speed for making videos and performing pen testing. Okay, so making this video, third video today. In this video we are going to access our Pi, and once we access our Pi we will install it we will install some packages which is required for debugging. Okay, and those package and with that once like we will make our Pi pen testing ready. That's what. And I have changed my mind. Earlier I told you that I am going to install a Black Arc or the Kali Linux on Raspberry Pi, but I thought that installing Kali on Pi is like for unnecessary reason we have to install a Pi. Any which ways I love Kali, no doubt, and Kali I prefer because the core is Debian. Okay, so now the Raspbian itself is a whole Debian operating system, so I am good with it, right? I like Debian operating system, and the Raspbian itself is a Debian based operating system. So let's get started. I'm thinking about preparing your arsenal or making your arsenal ready, name of this video. Okay, anyways, now increasing the font size. Yeah, now we have a Pi in our network. Okay, so this is my home network /24. I know the IP address, but want to show you something more, that the Raspbian have reserved vendor MAC address series. So MAC address is the address which have a few bytes registered as a vendor identifier and few bytes registered as the serial number or the MAC number of the devices. Okay, so in this scene, in this case also you will see the Raspbian will get listed here. This 1.1 is my router, this is other laptop, this is other Windows laptop, this looks like host is up 104, don't know, and this is the Raspberry, and it should show something here that Raspberryan. And okay, like we have performed an unprivileged scan, so it's a half open scan, and that's why it is not showing the MAC address of the device. So here you can see the MAC address of the device. Okay, and these few bytes are vendor reserved for the Raspberry Pi trading. That means we can identify that this is our Pi in the network. So we can identify the Raspberry Pi easily in our network over the SSH. Now let's SSH into Pi. Yeah, it's raining heavily here. Yeah. Okay, till now what I did on my Pi is just install my favorite tool. I'll show you history. I have installed the aptitude. Okay, yeah, these are the history of the Pi. What I run commands here. I installed the aptitude first. Okay, and once aptitude is installed, I did aptitude upgrade and aptitude dist upgrade. First I thought to do aptitude upgrade, then I did a dist upgrade, nothing else. So now if you see aptitude sudo upgrade, I don't think any package is pending for update. Our system will be up to date. Okay, Raspberry sysmod, Raspberry Pi UI mods, Raspberry Pi EEPROM, RPA EEPROM. Let's get this. I think we have quite a good internet connection for this. Yeah, and I am using the Pi wholly headless. So what I did is first I shown you in that video I have connected the Pi to my TV, and there I connect the Pi with Wi-Fi. And now what I did is on my server I just kept the Pi connected to the power, because we don't need anything, we are just using the SSH, right? All we need is SSH here. So Pi is updated here, latest version of ARM v7L is installed. Okay, and now let's see whether our Pi is 32-bit or 64-bit. In general, we say that the ARM v7 is the 32-bit operating system and ARM v8 is the 64-bit operating system. Okay, so now I want to verify how what is the architecture of my system. So what we should do? We should do cat proc CPU info. Will it be sufficient? It just tells that we are using ARM v7 processor, but still we are not able. And here is the Raspberry model B, Raspberry Pi 4 model B. But still I am confused that whether this Pi is 32-bit or 64-bit. So I'll tell you a simple thing. Go to bin file. You will find the ls command here. Do ls. Okay, ls is there. Now run file command. So it's ELF 32-bit executable binary with ARM EABI 5 version 1, dynamically linked to LD Linux ARM HF.so.3, and this is the hash of the command. So based on this we can say that our Pi is 32-bit. Now let's install tools one by one for debugging the binary. Okay, sudo aptitude install. We need a GDB first. GDB is already installed and up to date. Second, I am reading some I keep reading the articles and I keep watching the videos, and I come to know that people prefer Jeff on the Pi over the Pwn tools. So when we do so when I do this spawning on the 32-bit or 64-bit normal x86 or 64-bit computer, I prefer a Pwn tools. So let's see, aptitude search, Pwn tools is present or not. GDB Pwn, let me see, GDB Pwn GDB. Okay, not Pwn tools, it's a Pwn GDB. And I doubt whether Pwn GDB is present or not present. Okay, so let's get Jeff, man. We are not the we are not the expert in this. GDB enhanced feature documentation. How to install Jeff? I think it's a simple shell script. This is installed by wget. Yeah, I prefer automatic install. Why to do something which, why to reinvent the wheel, right? Where is our Pi? Here. So here we are installing a Jeff unexpected operator. Okay, boss, we will do it manually. Get the Jeff first. Oh, we are in bin. Actually this is not the right place to get. Let me see if it is downloaded. No, we didn't get a file. So go to, let's make one directory called data. Permission deny. Okay, sudo mkdir/data. Now let me see if I created my user. No. Okay, so chown pi dot recursively to the /data. Operation not permitted. Okay, sudo. Yeah, now we own this file and everything inside it. Okay, now make other tools we need. Then okay, go to tools first, and now get the Jeff here. Okay, I think the format is not supported or something is wrong here. So what we'll do, we'll just get the script first here and now execute it manually. Jeff.sh. Vim is not present, that's strange. Yeah, it's a first day with a Pi, so maybe errors. Yeah, one of my friend recommended to make a short video. I believe it's going quite long. Let me see. We can't get the time here. Okay. Now Vim Jeff.sh script copied. Now chmod u plus x Jeff / Jeff. Okay, looks like Jeff is installed or not. Okay, now when we call the GDB, it will show whether Jeff is present or not. So okay, yeah, let's do R&D here. Vim test.c, write a basic program, include stdio.h, then main function start, open, print hey pi, return 0. Quite bad with the syntax. Now compile this. Print f, yes. Okay, let's delete this return 0. We don't need it. Semicolon is missing. One mistake which everyone does always. No. Okay, our program is running. Hey pi, we forgot a new line. I like new line. Let's give it here. Let's see it work or not. Okay, it should be inside the code. Hey pi. Okay, now compile it. Hey, now it looks neat and pretty. Yeah, so this is our first program. Okay, mv a.out to hey pi dot out, or just hey pi, that will be fine. Okay, now see the file hey pi. Yeah, we have to install a Jeff, we have to install GDB. I think also we have to install a checksec. So checksec is the utility which I have I already made a video on this. So do sudo install checksec. Yes, and I believe we have to install this check security. I don't know what is that. So now we are checking the security of the hey pi hyphen file equal to hey pi double hyphen hey pi. Okay, it's double hyphen or hyphen f. Syntax is quite irritating. Yeah, okay. So here it says that reload. This output looks very bad. Oh yeah, so reload is the partial. Then stack canary is not present. Position independent executable is not present. NX is unable. RPath is not present. And yeah, let's see what is the status of our the ASLR proc sys net net oh not proxys net VM and here we should find something randomize VA where it is. Okay, let's do this. Oh. Yeah, come on, I don't know where the path is. Proxys VM, and here it should find the path. So it's better to find when you don't know, or when you don't find. And I already installed the locate. Oh, so randomized VA space is not present. So my path was right. Proxys VM, and then we should be able to find the path. Find dot hyphen name randomized VA space, or just look for the VA space. And here we go. It's in kernel. And cat randomize VA space. So it's 2, that means the full ASLR is unable. Okay, so okay, and we also perform a check set. Now let's fetch our freshly installed tool on the Jeff. Jeff, no, GDB. Hey Pi. Oh, so here we go. Jeff for Linux ready, type Jeff to get start, Jeff config to configure. 91 commands loaded from GDB, and commands could not be loaded, run Jeff missing. So Jeff, okay, it is showing Jeff already, right? Jeff missing. Command set permission is missing PC. Looks like many thing is missing. Pip install Unicorn. Let's get this, man. We need sudo. I think they should have something called requirements. Let's see if it is there or not. Okay, let's see. Their manual script. Taking time. One thing I'd like to notice here is, like, what we do, GDB GitHub GDB init chip.py. Any which ways, we will reinstall the Jeff first. taking too much time. Yeah, so here we can see the Jeff. Again we have many missing errors. No, why Jeff is Linux array type. Jeff to get start. Jeff. Okay. So okay, let's see how Jeff looks like. This as main. So let's set a breakpoint. Breakpoint at this puts function where we are going to print our name, and now run it. Oh, this beautiful interface was provided by Jeff to us. Now look at the now try to remember the stuff which I have which I told you in the very initial video. ARM contained 12 general purpose register and some special purpose register. Okay, so these 12 from R0 to R12 are the general purpose register, where we can see the values is loaded. So R0 is loaded with a hey pi, R1 is loaded with the address to this path, R2 is loaded with the shell address, shell value, R3 is something main push R11 to LR. Okay, so and again R5 like push R4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 and to link register. Okay, 7 is blank, 8 is blank, 9 is blank, and SP is currently at 00. So this is the beautiful view which we got from the Jeff. Now can we minimize this to see a whole picture? Yeah. Now I'm guys, please adjust with the resolution. Now we are not running the program. Now we are going to jump to the next instruction. Okay, so that we can do with the NI. So here you can see, now move R3 value 0 to the R3. Okay, then in R0 move R3 to R0. Okay, now you can see everything here with a very clear picture. What is R0? R0 is the register. Where is R0? R0. What R0 have? The 0x08. So we can see the value of R0 also by doing the by giving the command info register R0. Okay, similarly you can give R2, R3, all registers value you can see you can get with the either the address of the either the memory location of the register or the name of the register. So even if you give this this location IR, okay, it is saying invalid register, but one other way is there to see. Okay, register name info register will give you the output of register only, but also you can read the value of it, so that will cover later. So IR $R3. So now we can see next instruction. I know this sound pretty boring, you know, you need a lots of patience to learn this. And now here we can see a libc branch link to libc. The branch link instruction is called from the memory address this, and this address belongs to libc. Now LDR, here you can see the next instruction, register values here. Okay, we are just walking through the Jeff. The program is finished and it is printed where. Okay, let's rerun the program. and set the breakpoint at print function itself, because we are not interested in earlier things. Now you should see this only, this with the PC. Where is the PC? This is the stack pointer. Here you should be able to see this. That means this is printing this value to the screen. Okay, we directly set the instruction here. Okay, so our Pi is ready now. We just tested with our Hey Pi program. Okay, and I showed you some basic things like installing tools required for the Pi pen testing, and we wrote some small program, and that's all. We have seen the value of register in the Jeff tool. Okay, Jeff is the improved GDB, so we have to call the GDB only, and I may be reinstalling this with manual approach, but we tried, right? Nothing worked. Again this as name, and yeah, okay, we are going to focus on this later. Now let's look what is missing. Set permission is missing. Reason: ketone engine package installed with a pip install ketone. So these packages are missing, so we'll quickly install these packages with the pip. Fortunately pip is present. Okay, anybody have idea, can we install the multiple packages? Let's give a try if we can. Wow, that's great. So I want to give all name together. So this Ropper is the gadget, I know, which discover the ROP chain. So we are installing all the required packages here by the Jeff. Okay, it's taking time, so but any which ways you know what is going to happen, right? This will run, then GDB install will run. I hope you like this video, guys. In next videos we may be seeing again how the binary and what are the important aspects of binary should be looked into Jeff, and I'll see if any tool I remember before we understand assembly and the reverse engineering with ARM. Okay, hope you like the video. Thank you. See here, Unicorn installation is still going on, and thank you everyone.